that has to be, that it's like, well,
you know, he should, you know, like, oh, yeah, like, you know, Bella, wake up.
It's like this next, his request is what tells me.
And he says, don't do anything reckless or stupid, he ordered, no longer detached. Do you understand what I'm saying? I nodded helplessly. His eyes cooled, the distance returned. I'm thinking of Charlie, of course. He needs you. Take care of yourself. For him. I nodded again. I will, I whispered. He seemed to relax just a little. And I'll make you a promise in return, he said. I promise that this will be the last time you'll see me. I won't come back. I won't put you through anything like this again. You can go on with your life without any more interference from me. It will be as if I had never existed. And I just... That line kills me.
You. How could you do that? Unless you can erase her memory.
I mean, how could you possibly make that promise to somebody? Exactly, you can't do that.
And that's just...
And he even adds like insult to injury because he smiled. It says he smiled gently. Don't worry, you're human. Your memory is no more than a sieve. Time heals all wounds for your kind.
Not really.
And she's like, and your memories? Well, he hesitated for a short second. I won't forget, but my kind were easily distracted. And it's just like, ooh.
What a low blow.
Ooh.
What a low.
Ooh, Edward. Ooh. That's not nice.
But when you think about it, because of that, like when you look at it from the perspective, like when he asked that, you know, don't do anything stupid or reckless, you know, and then he says that, it's just his way of like getting, like he wants to make sure that she's going to stay safe while he's not there.
Yes.
And then it's his way of helping her to push her away, you know, so that he can make a clean break.
What he thinks is a clean break. And she even says something like that. Oh my God! Good freaking, oh my God, look. I'm sorry. His words threw to my head, because he said something about a clean break. Something about a clean break, because she said, X-rays, you can see it's a clean break. That's good. It will heal more easily. Because he said something.
Wait, yeah, but what was that in reference to?
When she was in the hospital in Phoenix last year.
The leg. The leg was a clean break.
Yeah, it was a clean break. But good, like, side note, Stephanie Meyer, in one of her interviews, it was the Breaking Dawn concert series, had the artist, the group Blue October on. And she said that, yeah, I showed you that.
I do.
Yes. And she said that she was driving the car one day and she heard this song and she like nearly drove off the road and she was like, it's Edward singing that song. And it's that song,
oh my God.
Hate me today, hate me tomorrow, hate me for all the things I didn't do for you. And
there's
so
the scene that everyone wanted.
But it's so perfect.
It is very perfect.
Perfect for this exact chapter. And she's like, I could see it. I could see him walking away from her. And she's like, I was like, oh, it's Edward. I love Stephanie. She's great. If you've never seen the interview.
She should have heard the Where I Stood song.
So anyway, all right, we totally rambled with chapter 3, but it was a big chapter. But
it's very significant chapter.
It changes every, you know, it just...
But it's also the introduction to let Jacob into her life.
Yes. Now, I was just going to say, it makes you wonder if she hadn't written New Moon and she had stuck to her original sequel, which was Forever Dawn. Not Breaking Dawn, but Forever Dawn. How different it would have been. Because none of this happened. But Breaking Dawn, but it doesn't matter. How different would it be?
No, Forever Dawn. I don't know anything about that
But you don't have to. Well, I mean, how different would the series have been if you wouldn't have had New Moon and Eclipse? You wouldn't have had
I haven't finished Breaking Dawn yet.
You finished Eclipse, though.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay, so, like, take Eclipse and New Moon away. What kind of a book would you have left as far as what Breaking Dawn would be? There's so much storyline cut out. Like, she added so much with the wolves and with Jacob, because Jake wasn't a central figure like he is, because Edward leaves. And she never calls him Eddie or anything like that. It's always Edward.
Yeah.
It's never like Eddie.
I know an Edward, and we call him Eddie.
I don't understand. It's just always Edward, always.
Yeah.
Written everything. But
I mean, because like, when you think about Jacob, she calls him Jake.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Okay.
I was like, it's never Ed.
No, it's just Edward. It's very, just always Edward. So she goes to not run after him, but like he takes off into the woods. Like he's like later.
And he moves really
fast.
Super fast.
She's not gonna catch him.
Uber
Most definitely
fast.
not gonna catch him. So she goes after him in the woods, and she just wanders, like totally aimlessly wanders, stumbles over things, is hurting herself.
Well,
She's
that's
there.
just typical of her.
It's
But
night.
now,
She
but
lays
now the
down
fact
and
that
sleeps because it's like
she doesn't. I don't think she actually
She knows,
sleeps.
but she like collapses. She lays down,
from like sheer
and
exhaustion.
Sam from the Quileute reservation.
Is that how you say Quileute?
Quileute.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna try.
Any Quileutes watching? If I screwed up your name, I really apologize. Blame it on the Malibu.
I'm saying now I'm gonna try and memorize how to pronounce this name when I'm not sober.
Like think of it as Kwaluute. Quileute.
But I thought it was Q-U-I.
It is, but it makes the qua sound.
Q-U makes the
But it's
sound.
a Quileute.
Dude, you're talking phonics to someone who's a preschool teacher. Never mind, we get off topic. I'm going to tell you that.
Alright, so Sam finds her and brings her back to her father, and she's just totally like almost catatonic.
Do you think there's something symbolic with Sam finding her? Of, like, it's just kind of
everybody.
dawned
I
on-
think
I
like
mean,
it's
out
just
of
because of
all-
their senses. Like they, like I
Like,
think
do you
they
think
knew
that there was like a specific reason why it was Sam?
why it was him and not somebody
as
else
opposed
out of
to,
the
yeah.
pack?
Not even necessarily the pack, because the pack isn't formed yet.
We didn't really got the pack yet.
But, come on,
I know.
let's
Yeah,
get
yeah.
into
We're
this
talking about
first.
yeah.
I think you're going to do like another introduction thing with it.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yes.
You know, like, I'm just wondering now if there's some sort of significance that it's Sam, their leader, you know,
Who found
her, as opposed to either someone who's
I think probably
going
just-
to be in the pack or someone who is in the pack. Like how, you know, like, no, because Embry, that was later on, so.
No, yeah. It was Sam and
Paul.
Jared and Paul, I think, who were the original.
So, excuse me. So I'm wondering if, you know,
if that's like, I think it's probably because he's got more.
or maybe it's just to like
Experience.
introduce the character.
Yeah, probably. That's a,
Or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Cause,
I
well,
mean-
Sam was in Twilight though. They did. He was around the campfire when she meets Jacob and she goes to the beach and she.
Oh, that was the older guy who said the Coens don't come
Yes,
here.
that was Sam.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, and then the chapter 3 ends with she sleeps on the couch and gets up and like
She doesn't really sleep.
well she's laying down I think and then
I don't think she really sleeps.
no I think she gets up and she gets up, she goes to her room and she's looking for the pictures of him and the CD that he gave her.
Yes.
And
She
they're
can't find
all gone. And because it says right here, it says, I didn't have to flip any further than the first page in the scrapbook. That's what she's looking through. The little metal corners no longer held the picture in place. The page was blank except for my own handwriting scrawled across the bottom. Edward Cullen, Charlie's Kitchen, September 13th. I stopped there. I was sure that he would have been very thorough. It would be as if I'd never existed, he promised me. I felt the smooth wooden floor beneath my knees and then the palms of my hands, and then it was pressed against the skin of my cheek. I hoped that I was fainting, but to my disappointment, I didn't lose consciousness. The waves of pain that had only lapped at me before were now reared high up and washed over my head, pulling me under. I did not resurface, and this is the best effect
Wait, but
of anything.
the whole thing with it would be as if
I never existed.
I never existed. That's
Yes.
just
It's
unnecessary cruelty.
It is.
It is.
That was messed up of him. It really was.
And I
You didn't have to
understand.
do that.
No, especially because he's still in her mind. He's still in her mind. He's still in her heart.
It's a promise he couldn't have made. He
Exactly.
shouldn't have made. And then it
He
goes
broke it.
to reared up high and washed over my head, pulling me under. I did not resurface. And I don't know if they're going to be able to see it, but
It says October,
it says October,
November, December,
okay,
January.
Okay, and he's pulled January open, and
That was actually, that whole effect thing was in that interview that we were watching
we watched
today.
a really good interview
And-
with Stephanie Meyer today.
And she was saying how
She tried to do little paragraphs
well, right,
first.
well, no, not even that, but she had January.
Yes,
She just
and that
said
wasn't enough.
January.
Yeah, she said
It's like-
you didn't get grasp at the time.
So then she added in this paragraph, the first, like,
Yes.
because when you read the book, it says chapter 4, waking up,
Yes.
page 93,
Yes.
and there's 4 lines on it.
I want to read that. 'Cause I like
And-
that.
And she's like, and then she added that in. She's like, and that still wasn't enough. So then she tried like little
little headers.
little headers with the date. And then when they went, she was talking to her editor, and then when she went to go like publish, they brought it down to the center,
and she was like, oh
and
yeah,
she's like, yeah, that really works.
And it
really
does.
Very
Do you know
effective.
even Robert Pattinson said it did? That this is his favorite, one of his favorite things about the book. Like he's like, you know, he's like,
Absolutely.